I'm Ben Vandenberg, Principal Platform Evangelist for Adobe. And I'm excited in this session to talk about some of the ways that Adobe and Microsoft are working together to build data-driven document automation at scale. Most of us have felt the shift to hybrid workplaces in the last few years. And it's even more important than ever to enable digital-first engagements, whether that's customer or employee experiences. Because every experience is becoming a digital experience. And right now, it's super exciting to be a developer because the time is now to enable these new digital document experiences and bring those tools natively into your own apps. If you look across an organization, you can see that documents and paperwork are all over the place. Every person can share a story about challenges with paper, whether that is rekeying information from a paper form, an important document that they left on their desk when they really needed it, or that lack of security when they realize that their dog ate their homework. We have all experienced something like this, and we need to help people see that digitizing these processes can really help transform their businesses. So to help with some of these new experiences, Adobe has built a set of APIs and services to allow you to build connected digital document experiences. Every single one of these services are available to use in your Power Apps and flows using Power Automate and Logic apps. And if you're building your own apps, there are also REST APIs as well as SDKs for .NET, Node, Python, and Java. So let's walk through some of these services. First, we want to empower you to create documents based on your data. So we've created Adobe Document Generation service to help you with that. Adobe Document Generation API takes data as JSON and allows you to merge it into your document templates that are Word-based templates. The output is either a Word document or a PDF. This can greatly reduce error when creating documents, and particularly when you're working with agreements. Dynamically creating these documents can help reduce legal cycles and increase compliance. So to make it easy for you to create these templates, we've created an add-in for Microsoft Word that makes it easy for you to tag your documents using your data. You don't have to be a developer to create the templates. I can simply select where I want to place a tag and insert the tag from the panel. Simple and easy. But what if I have a more complex scenario? For example, this paragraph I only want to include if the industry field is equal to manufacturing. I can simply configure the condition here, and a tag will wrap around that section and will only include that section in the output if it meets that criteria. There are also a number of other advanced tags for dynamically inserting images, tables, lists, and calculations. But if you want to preview that document with your sample data, you don't have to leave Microsoft Word. You can click Generate the document, and it'll allow you to customize your sample data, and it'll then upload that document to the service so you can preview it. This makes this really helpful, particularly when you have your data in Power Apps or Dynamics 365. Here we can see we have a variety of different data elements in our record. We have related owner, industry, billing address, and other information. We also have related records, like products, as part of this proposal. Here we can create a flow in Microsoft Power Automate to trigger generating our proposal. We'll use all the data from our records as well as collect additional items like images and related information to create a more personalized proposal. Then we can use the Adobe PDF Services connector to generate the document using the Generate Document from Word action. In this case, we're generating the document and then saving a copy of it to SharePoint and then sending that document for e-signature using Adobe Acrobat Sign, which we also have a connector for in Power Automate. So let's talk a little bit more about that. Adobe Acrobat Sign allows you to capture e-signatures on your documents and help validate the identity of the signer. The signer receives an email to view and sign the document, and then when they click on it, it opens up inside their web browser so that they can view the document that we've just generated previously using the document generation service. And notice that the cover image for this document has been replaced with finance-related imagery. We can dynamically change the images based on the data coming from Dynamics. We even took the customer's logo, we merged that into the document as well. And all the information for Sarah has been populated to make the letter personalized. And using Office 365 connector in Power Automate, we're even able to get Alex Wilbur, the account owner's name, title, and profile image to give it a little bit of a personal touch. We can see the billing and the shipping information has been included, and tables of products have been dynamically added in there, and the calculations here are in the template, not in the data, so that the calculations can be run at runtime. Once ready, the signer can then sign the document, and then they're good to go. That's it. And our connectors also have triggers to allow you to wait for certain events, like the agreement getting signed, to automatically store those documents back in your apps, SharePoint, or other repositories. So now let's go to our next pillar, which is capture. Filling out forms can be a tedious and redundant task. Ideally, any customer experience should be smart enough to connect data so that I don't have to fill in information as much as possible. This is particularly important in industries like financial services and healthcare, where collecting data is vital to the process, but can be very tedious. So to help with this, Adobe Experience Manager Forms helps simplify the process by allowing you to create an online adaptive web forms at scale. You can create reusable components called fragments so that you can easily manage the thousands of variations of your forms and connect to many different data systems. And you can have two-way connected data experiences with Microsoft Dataverse. You can also connect to Microsoft Power Automate and Logic apps so that you can trigger approval workflows or all the other 300 plus connectors within those platforms. It even allows you to take your old PDF forms and use AI to turn them into responsive online experiences. So then let's talk about our next pillar, which many of you might be familiar with some of these tools. Adobe Acrobat DC, which is our best-in-class PDF editing tools, and is really the standard for viewing and editing PDFs. But what we've done is we've taken many of the tools available in Acrobat and made them cloud services so you can easily integrate them into your own apps. This includes some of the popular tools like Create PDF, Convert back and forth from Office formats, Compress PDF, Protect, OCR, and other PDF manipulation tools. We use some of these same APIs to create our own add-ins into Microsoft 365 apps. So for example, Adobe Acrobat for Microsoft 365 allows you to select documents in SharePoint and combine these PDFs together without having to download them to your computer. You can build those into your own apps. And if your apps are being built as Power Apps, all those actions are available in Power Automate for you to be able to use and integrate. So for example, maybe you want to make PDFs searchable when they're uploaded to your records. You can do that. Maybe you want to extract PDF content from your records. You can do that too. But let's talk about that a little bit more because that's our next category. Part of the challenge with PDFs is that while the human eye can see what's a header, a paragraph, a table, a list, the challenge is much of this information is unstructured data in the PDF. PDFs come from a lot of different sources, whether they're Word docs, scans, images. The fidelity of those PDFs can be mixed depending on where they're coming from. Not all PDFs are created equal. Computers can have a tough time deciphering then the structure of those documents and the reading order. So to help us, that's where Adobe PDF Extract API comes in. Adobe PDF Extract API uses Adobe Sensei machine learning and AI to understand the structure of the document, what's a list, what's a table, a header. It can even detect what content spans across different pages. It will then output that as JSON, CSV, Excel, and images so that you can use that data to push into your data systems like Dataverse or republish that into other platforms. We provide a lot of information with this, including the location information, styling information, as well as a path to know how the document is structured. We also understand the reading order of the document, which can be particularly difficult parsing out of complex documents. And this visualizer is also available on our website for you to check out and learn a little bit more. We use the same technology to create cool tools in our own apps as well. For example, reading a PDF on a phone can be difficult, especially when you have to pinch and zoom. So we used the same technology to create Liquid Mode, which allows you to see a responsive viewing experience of a PDF in Adobe Acrobat Reader Mobile. Pretty cool, right? Well, PDF Extract API unlocks that data so that you can use that in your apps or pass that information to other services like natural language processing tools. And because we take that and put that in a structured format, as well as understand across different pages, it makes passing that to natural language processing tools much easier to implement. So all of this, as I mentioned, are available within connectors for Power Automate and Logic apps, but those aren't the only connectors that Adobe has. Adobe has a number of different connectors, including Adobe PDF Services, Adobe Acrobat Sign, and Creative Cloud, which you can connect in your apps. And there are also a number of pre-built connectors for Microsoft 365 that you can access within AppSource. These are really great for productivity, but they're also good examples of how we use our same APIs to provide tools within integrated apps. They extend Microsoft Teams, Dynamics 365, SharePoint, and other tools. And for those of you who are interested in building your own apps in your own code, that's where the REST APIs and the SDKs in a variety of languages make that easier for you to implement in your own tools. You can try any of these services for free by going to our website and getting your free 6-month trial, which includes 1,000 transactions. Thank you for coming to the session. I hope you were able to see some of the cool ways that you can build digital document experiences. I look forward to seeing some of the ways that you're going to incorporate those into your own tools and apps. Thank you for coming to the session and enjoy the rest of Microsoft Build.